Welcome to Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis. Today, the softest co-poly from our friends at Toroline. Stay tuned.
Oh, this could be it, Harry. Oh, Harry, great contact. Now, the idea, Harry, is we need it to land in the blue. I know you're kind of starting out here. Let's try it again, Harry. Somewhere in the blue space on the other side of the net. Harry, that's a great shot. I think you even hit it on the blue on court 3, Harry. It's okay. I didn't really specifically say our court. I just said blue. So, job well done. Let's try again. Keep it in our space on our court. There says number 1. Here we go, Harry. Give it a shot. Oh, Harry. No, I didn't say hit the number 1.
Want a coach with positive energy like Coach Rob? Find what your game is looking for at playyourcourt.com.
Oh, Harry, you swung and missed. I bet you can watch the ball a little longer. Try to keep your head still. Oh, Harry, nice try.
All right, guys, our friends at Toroline has a lot of, or produces a lot of co-polys, and they produce them in a lot of colors, and they cut them in half sets for you. So it's kind of like that special Coke machine where you can do additions and flavorings, and you know what I'm talking about with all the buttons. You know, it's kind of like Toroline. You know, I want a Coke Zero with a strawberry flavor, and then you put your thing in, and you get a Coke Zero strawberry. So it's kind of like putting together wasabi and caviar. I don't know in actual food that would make sense, but it works in strings. But when I was meeting with Eric from Toroline, he was telling me the softest string in the line is one that he produces called Absolute. When I think of Absolute and the one word of Absolute, I think of vodka. So, that's just me though. Let's just see how this, okay. So it is a dark string, black, dark gray. Now, check it out. It's a co-poly and it's a 1-2-0. It's one of the thinnest strings, if not the thinnest string, that Toroline makes. It is hexagonal, okay? For those of you who know what that means, leave it 6, okay? 6-sided. So we got 17 gauge, barely a 17 gauge, thin, and I can feel the edges. They're not sharp, but there are edges on it, and it is shaped. I can see why it can be soft now. But from the description, it said soft feel, yet crisp control. I've been waiting for a string like that isn't mushy, mushy and just soft and just springs right off real quick. What I'm looking for is a string that absorbs and then stops right when you're saying, this is not good, right? And it takes off. That's what I want before it gets to the point, if you know what I mean. All right? But let's take it out and test it out. All right? Stay tuned. All right, so we just got off the court with the Absolute. What did you think of that Absolute from Toroline, Coach?
Yeah, so as you guys know, we've been doing a lot of Toroline reviews these days. I'm actually surprised it's their first string that's actually not a fluorescent color, but not the worst thing in the world. Black always looks great in all the rackets. So the first thing I noticed with this was the texture on the string. I always think that these also tend to be stiffed, but actually in reality, a lot of these textured strings lately have been pretty soft. So that's kind of the main thing from this string. A lot of comfort, a lot of soft kind of feel on the string itself, on the string bed. So I also have a pretty bad wrist injury back in the day. I always look for super soft strings. At the same time, these are actually textured with a slick coating on it, so you can actually feel the string sliding back and forth when you're hitting your shots. Ball pocketing was great. Energy turn was great as well. At the same time, also, I think the string also offers a ton of great control. So I was trying to go for huge shots, trying to cut as many balls as possible, kind of go for my usual spin. And I think this string kind of covered everything in general. So overall, comfortable string. Toroline doing a great job. Absolute was another great hit from Toroline. So great stuff from them.
All right, so for those of you who complain about, oh, polys are gonna hurt my arm, this is the softest poly Toroline makes. It's the most comfortable one. I don't want to say it's quiet, but it's quiet enough in that it's not very noisy to the ear. It is not very vibraty to the arm. And so this is their softest string. This is their softest, most comfortable string. I didn't tell you that, but yeah, I'll bet your arm don't hurt right now.
Oh, and I was about to say, usually when most companies say this is their softest string, I think I always tell you it feels pretty mushy every single time. And actually, this is not a mushy string at all. It's pretty responsive for their softest string on the line. So.
Right. And it's a 1-2-0, guys. Like, that's borderline, barely 17 gauge. So, for me, it felt great. It was just a hair launchy for me. Like, I was like, if I didn't pay attention, it would... So if you want also a high trajectory string, like if you want a launch angle that's bigger and you want more clearance over that net, this is the one. Okay, I think this is one of their thinnest strings, if not the thinnest string in the Toroline line. So if you want absolute arm friendly and softness and comfort, try the Absolute. All right, Coach Jerod, thank you for doing this test with me.
Of course.
Where can we find you, bud?
You guys can find me on Instagram at ModTennis and my joint Instagram, KJ Tennis.
All right. Guys, thank you for watching Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis.